right.
Yeah.
But like I say, bro, anything in specific you want to let be known. You know what I mean? First, do you feel like you the top in West Virginia?
Honestly, I don't think there's nobody in my class that can mess with me down here.
Right.
Respectfully.
And listen, that's just how you supposed to
Yeah.
feel, regardless, though. But actually, you know what I mean. In real life, I don't
Respectfully.
think. You know what I mean? Right. It was to me. It's just the what people don't realize is you don't just go from West Virginia high school basketball to starting on a prep team.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it's different. Whenever I first transferred, I got my first game in. I didn't start. I barely played my first game.
Yeah.
So it was like whenever I got in, I was a little shooken up, nervous, first time.
Right.
And Huntington Prep is a big name, so I was like, "Whew, I can't mess up," you know. But after a while, I played by myself. I got the groove of the game, and I started to feel the love for it in Huntington Prep.
Right. Do you anticipate the time coming up where it's like the passion ain't here no more? Are you ready for this to be a job where it's like, bro, I play? Listen, and that's one thing that I ain't gonna let y'all pass up. You know what I mean? At this point, like I say, not even speaking to a real dollar value or whatever, but dog, your equipment been there, your travel been there. Y'all studying tells. At this point, you can basically say I've been paid to play, bro. You know what I mean? Because these people they ain't shortchanged you in no way, and all of these kids in America ain't getting the same experience like this, bro. Y'all treat it like professionals. You say I got a shooting coach, I got a dribble coach.
Yeah.
We working out 3-4. You know what I mean? Like it don't get no better.
Levels.
You know what I mean? It's
levels.
definitely levels,
There's
Dazon.
levels, yes.
Tell me this: you since going back to New York, you ever got to go to any legendary parks? Any of those legendary parks, the Rucker? Or,
Last year I got to
Dykeman?
play in Dykeman. I played in Dykeman last year. This year though, I'm gonna be playing in Zone 6, Dykeman, Rucker, NY versus NY.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be tuned in this year in New York.
What's that like up there, bro? What's the atmosphere?
It's a whole different atmosphere than West Virginia. It's different. It's strict ball.
Yeah.
Real aggressive. Mm-hmm. People don't like that down here. It's aggressive ball. You quick, fast.
Right.
Non-stop pace. You gotta have the conditioning to do that in New York.
Yeah, and there's no apologies. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they foul you. It ain't no. Hey,
it ain't
man. Hey, Skip, you all right? They don't give a damn.
Next play.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Get up. You know. Yeah.
But New York is different. I mean, it's from where I came from, New York to here. It was a way different ball game.
Yeah.
It was faster paced. New York is just above I think it's one step ahead.
Yeah. That's what's up. And talk to me about this team that your next step where you about to play for AAU ball.
As of right now, Wish Kids, 3SSB circuit. We going.
And that's a team out the city from
the city from New York.
Yeah.
I played with them last year. We did good on the circuit, but this year we should be able to win it all on the circuit. Yeah. We're gonna be good this year. We travel. We go to Iowa, Cali, Texas. Yeah. And that's it this year.
They handed you the keys yet?
Yeah, green light.
Right.
I got told I got the green light, so it's time to kill this season.
It's time, bro. Like I say, one thing that I've always wanted, the coaches that get you to know, like, man, listen, that's somebody you hand the keys to tell you, listen, I'm just going to tell you where we're going. You do it how you get there because you really got a special way of playing. Like I say, there's not many, it's not many left in your era that will play and sacrifice. I mean, like I say, Dazon, people wouldn't understand. You'll put some of the craziest moves on just to give the ball up. You know, you're not necessarily thinking to finish. If
he open, he's open. Pass it to the open man.
But that's crucial, bro, because we seen, especially at this prep level,
not a lot of people would
do
that.
ISO show, yeah, you know what I mean.
Go up on 3-4 people. It's different, yeah.
They just got to turn on the tape though. It's all types of alley oops been thrown this year. You know what I mean. We was acting crazy, yeah.
Do your homework. You gotta.
What you gonna miss them big men that you had this year?
Two of my seniors are leaving. Yeah. Seth and Bray. Two very important pieces to the team.
Right.
I'll miss them for sure. Bray, when I first got here, he held me down. Yeah. Like he helped me get through the workouts whenever I was tired, exhausted. Right. Come on, you got pushing me.
Exactly.
No matter what said, he's a great piece to our team.
Yeah.
a different man. I mean, he's into himself. He's always
Yeah.
helping others, no matter what, no matter how mad, tired he
Right.
is. He's into helping the world. He's into people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I first seen it, me and your dad was talking about when I first seen y'all's starting lineup or y'all's lineup with those two big men, I said this is gonna be easy work. I said this is gonna be easy work
It's gonna
because
be different though.
Dazon is the type that's gonna pass and get them involved. Both of them big men. Needless to say, like I say, Braden, like I say, he's supposed to be here, but we wasn't. We're not mad at all. But to put it like this, I think you were part of his jump too. You know what I mean? And not to we don't take any credit for it because
Yeah.
that boy put in his blood, sweat, and tears. But it takes when you got an unselfish guard on the team, bro.
Everybody
eats.
eats.
And it's I mean, like I
If
said,
everybody watched the film,
yeah,
there's
you'll
a
see.
lot of you'll see. Yeah, you'll
Listen,
see it.
and then y'all see his genius. Like I say, Kanye, he's often or famously quoted for saying, "There's genius in everything." You hear me? So even when you're dribbling a ball, there's genius in
Genius
that.
in it.
When you can stop on a dime and pass it to somebody who's not in your line of sight,
There's
there's
genius.
You know what I
Yup.
mean? So we, like I say, man, we just thankful for this opportunity. You can't, yeah, I forgot. So what is it going to be this summer where you're gonna start taking your visits or anything? Or,
I mean,
looking at different
yes, this summer I'll officially start taking visits. I should be sending a visit up July 22nd, an official visit for
Yeah.
Dayton.
Okay.
I already went on that
Okay.
visit.
Hey, y'all know that's
That
the
was-
937.
That was a good visit.
The Flyers.
That
We
was
get
a good-
Flyers.
that
You
was a
hear
good
me?
visit.
Yeah. And like I say, one thing about UD, they not playing up there. You hear what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They trying to because what happens is they always play team ball. They always have. They always will. That's how that smaller school ends up in the March Madness situations where they're
Yep.
in Sweet 16s, Elite 8s. I don't
They
know
play
what's
together as a
They
team.
play together, and it's always just some regular. I wouldn't even. I want to say
It's the
regular
little
dudes,
things.
right? But they've never had really any superstars come to be. Obi Toppin was, but at the time nobody knew. You know what I mean? But during even them eras, they were still a team, man. That's one place that I ain't gonna lie. I told you, I really like that spot for you. Of course, I don't want people to be mistaken. We got the stuff to go to UC, UNC. We got the stuff that could go to Duke. We got the stuff. I always tell him I like you up top in the East Coast, UConn, Villanova, because like I say, they play that front court game for real. And that's one thing I say you excel at. SEC and all that. I like them too, but I'm just like it's so much more of an athletic game, and your game is so much more nuanced than just running up and down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I want you to be able to show in order to get you to the where you going. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But for the most part, like I ain't gonna hold you up, but I'll leave you with this, man. Keep being the professional that you've become. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like you said, just about said, he's gonna be the same person day in and day out. As you go, you'll learn this is gonna be your job. This is what's gonna pay the bills. So just make sure that you're always day by day, right? You know what I
Live
mean?
it.
Going in. Damn, how I feel. My leg might hurt today, or ache there, or
Go put some type of work.
Right,
Yeah.
female. Like I said, don't be too quick to that. But anything can make you, mentally
Drained.
unfocused. Yeah, drained and lose focus.
Yes.
But once you lock in of a day, and when you enter that gym, and when you got a ball in your hand,
Just gotta
continue
go.
continue to take that professional. Make sure your word is your word as you go forward, and you start building these $1 million relationships. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you're not too far off from meeting people who are that. You know what I mean? And you like, man, this the dude from Coke. He want me to do a commercial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just different things. You're gonna start to be able to build stuff, but keep taking that professional. You know what I mean? Outlook to everything you do. You know what I mean, bro? And like I say, hey, we're gonna see where we end and where we land. But I like our future. You know what I mean? I like the future for you. I should
It's
say.
bright. It's very bright.
For sure. But hey, without needless to say, we're gonna get out of here. Anything you want to say before you part? Any shout outs or any thanks to anybody? You know what I mean? Because like I said, this is just a milestone. Right now, why we're doing this interview is because, like I say, we always, like I say, praying and stuff. But I feel like there's no going back. I feel like we've crossed the line that there is no. This is the point of no return.
Yeah.
It's basketball or nothing. Don't get me wrong, because he's we didn't even talk about the academics. What you feel about academics?
Academics wise, I'm good. I'll take college classes as of right now in the 10th grade.
Right.
I'm gonna be getting college over. I'm gonna be a sophomore in college by the time I enter college.
Right.
So other than that, I got a 4.0.
Yeah.
All A's.
You see what I'm saying?
Stay on top of it. Always. Grades come first.
Right. But that's how I know you taking yourself serious.
Yeah.
That's what I say. That's the first thing you.
Grades
if
come
you ain't even
first.
got the grades, bro, you can't expect
hoop.
them. You know what I
can't
mean?
hoop.
And it's gonna be hard to get into them nice schools that you want to get into.
Without
Shouts
them
out Lil LeBron. I just seen he got an offer from Yale.
Hey, that's a big school.
That ain't no light stuff, bro.
You gotta have over a 3-point something to get in
what I'm
there.
saying?
That's a good school.
That ain't even.
That's
sound
my guy.
right.
That's my brother.
You see what I'm saying? So we always, anytime TSG bring him up, Wayne, Wayne was on the
He's
episode.
different.
Dude was just on the all academic team for Kent State. So I love bringing nothing more than scholars first and then the athletes. But like I say needless to say, don't get off on that tangent. You are a professional. I feel like you crossed that threshold where we just got to take this.
Just
serious.
gotta work.
You know what
Next
I mean?
step.
Yeah.
Take the next
Basketball is probably going to end up being your 9 to 5 one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's nothing to, you know what I mean? We not joking. I'm not joking when I say that. You know, I feel like this man going to wake up like, damn, I got to get to the gym. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. You know what I mean? But, hey, without further ado, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
My God, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.